Let me check and make sure that I'm live. It's so many steps, but I'm making sure that we're getting it. Hold up. Let me check my phone. I got my iPad. Like I need another couple of screens, but until then, you know, we do what we can. Okay. I also fixed the chat. Okay. It say we live, but I don't trust it. I do not trust it. Hold on. All right, it say we live. All right, boom. Today, y'all, before I'm making sure everything is good, testing. Okay, a couple of things that we've done. Our website is live. We are now posting to TikTok. We are now posting to Instagram, and because my Instagram was private, so we made that public. So everything, we're going to be posting short form content on there. And I also made a short YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm not going to be posting my shorts on this channel. I'm going to post it on another channel. I'm going to link everything in the description. When I do my timestamps, I usually do the timestamps like an hour, depending, an hour after I do the live, I go back and I watch it and I do the timestamp. So I'm just letting you know, if you want to see short form content, or if you would just like to follow me, I'm going to be on TikTok, Instagram, and I'm going to have a short form YouTube channel. Okay, but we're still going live on our main channel. Okay, so that's what I've been doing. You're probably like, girl, what you doing? Why you couldn't get on live yesterday, girl? I was trying to figure out all these different platforms and stuff, trying to figure out, I got a Facebook page. I just want to make sure that I'm posting my content in a variety of places. I'm not gonna lie, I have been married to just this platform, but what if you need to expand and stuff like that? So that's what I'm doing or whatever. And I ain't gonna lie, I had a little anxiety because it's we're trying to learn all these different platforms. We're learning streaming. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using my summer, when I said I was using my summer to get stuff done, this is what I'm doing, because I know when I get back in work, I might not, so I'm trying to build those routines. But that's not even the point of the video. I just want to check in and make sure we are live and working, and it say that we are live. Girl, let me tell you, I saw that movie Straws. Woo! I said I wasn't going to spoil the movie for the people that have not seen, right? Hold on, let me fix this. I said that I wasn't going to spoil the movie for the people that have not seen the movie. But at the same time, I want to talk about it because I feel like it goes with our topic and our theme of Black women and mental health and being the strong Black woman and trying to hold it all together. But then it just fall apart, right? So professionally, what is the movie about? Okay. A single mother navigates a series of unfortunate events, leading her down an unforeseen path where she becomes embroiled in a situation she never envisioned, finding herself at the center of a suspicion in an indifferent world. Basically, she was going through it. Every scene from the beginning of the movie, it was one thing after the next. And I was like, dang, Tyler, how much you gonna put on her? You know what I'm saying? I know they say God would never put too much on you that you can bear, right? But I feel like the cross was heavy, It was time to lay them burdens down. So by the time she had made it to the bank, I was with her. I was with her the whole time. I was with her because she was trying to do what she needed to do. And, I was like, hey, you fell into it. Let's just go ahead and finish it on out. Let's just go ahead and do that. But she, I started to notice things about her, that just didn't add up. She didn't take, I'm sorry, I'm spoiling now. I'm sorry. Don't watch this video if you haven't. Listen, I noticed that she didn't take the money. She took the check. All she wanted was her check the entire time. She wanted her check. And she did not get the check until after certain things transpire, right? She didn't take the money. She took the check. Then she go to the bank to cash the check. I noticed that she didn't want the extra money, right? She just wanted her check cash. That's all she was asking for, right? So I knew that Taraji wasn't all the way up here. She wasn't thinking clearly. She wasn't. Okay, I started seeing holes and cracks right there when it came to the money. Okay, when it came to the money, I was like, because you had opportunity. Okay, and see, if you was in your right mind, you might have took advantage of the opportunity. I would have been halfway out the country by the time they started looking. You see what I'm saying? But that's beside the point. That's beside the point. Okay, why am I even, listen, we have already talked about on this channel about mental health, right? Mental health, the strong black woman myth. So I'm not going to rehash these things, okay? I'm going to try to keep the video as lighthearted as I can because the movie is depressing. It's up there. It is up there on depression, okay? If you have seen one of my favorite movies I like to watch when I'm in my mood is For Colored Girls, Tyler Perry as well. And you know what? That movie is depressing as well. But it's got a little funny parts in there, you know what I'm saying? But it touches on exactly what I'm gonna talk about today. And then also another movie I want y'all to think about is Set It Off. So all three of those movies feature black women having traumatic things happen to them, okay? Trauma. Something, I feel like the movie Straws got a bad rap because a lot of people didn't like to see black women, and Tyler Perry has a history of putting black women in movies and these traumatic scenes and just experiences, and nobody wants to see this. Almost like, you know, it's a fun thing for him. Like, we don't like to see ourselves in those types of lights, right? And Tyler Perry has recently come out and said that he is telling the stories of the people that he knew, and these are real, like, and I get it, you want to provide visibility to the people who go through these things. That is his art, right? I will say it was a higher production value. People was talking about Tiana Taylor's acting. I thought she did a good job. I'm emotional already, okay? I thought she did a good job. I thought Tiana Taylor did a wonderful job. I felt it. I felt like she was doing really good. And I felt like that was it. I cried. I cried during the movie. I did. Because it was just very much like, it's the visibility part. And I feel like in our community, we don't like to see ourselves. Like, we have a problem with looking in the mirror sometimes, but it's also like we don't want our business out on the front street so other people can see it as well. We don't ever want other people to see us in these lights. But the reality of the matter is most black women have a lot of things that they deal with on a day-to-day basis. And as much as we say that we care about each other and we want to build community, oftentimes community is just not the top people doing, and you know, institutions and things like that doing for people. It's us together. Like her landlord. If you knew, listen, if everybody in the situation, everybody that interacted with her that day knew about her circumstances, then why would you put her things out in the rain? Why would you do that? You see what I'm saying? And why would you not take the proper channels for an eviction, right? See, oftentimes in the hood and everything like that, we don't, if you're poor, okay, because it's not like her landlord, she was living in, you know, the Hills or the Hamptons or so. Baby, you living in a project. So, you know, whether she didn't have that rent money or whatever the case may be, like, you knew her situation having lost her daughter. Like, if you knew that, then why do you have to be so hard and bad about it? You see what I'm saying? Like, you acting like you Great Star. Like, I'm just saying. When we talk about building community, we have to take better care of each other, right? the landlord, the boss. Oftentimes, different employers, they take advantage of the poor. They take advantage of people who are going through that, like they exploit them. And he was probably looking for a reason to fire her in anyway. You see what I'm saying? He was looking for that. And then the way he was like, oh, well, we're gonna mail you your check. She probably wasn't gonna ever get her check. You see what I'm saying? And that is another, like, vindictiveness. If you knew that she lost her daughter, why would you allow her to leave work? Or maybe she needs to take care of a personal matter. You see what I'm saying? Like, she's not all the way up there with it. She's not okay. She's not okay. So all of these different people that she interacted with before she even got, right? Before she even got into everything else, she interacted with all these people, and nobody was like, hey girl, are you good? Nobody asking her, is she okay? But that's the reality of the world that we live in. Nobody really cares, right, whether or not you're okay until you are on the news, right? See, yeah. Oh, I don't want to spoil the movie. I don't want to spoil it, but I have to talk about the things I need to talk about, right? I kind of have to spoil it just a little bit. And hopefully when you watch it, you won't be so irritated with the movie, because I'm going to be lighthearted. I'm not going to be depressing. I'm going to, you know what I mean? I'm looking at it from what we can do as a community. Like, we need to do a better job at checking in on each other. Like, it can be one person having a bad day, but if you don't take care of your neighbor, we all can be having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Like the tellers, the bank tellers, all the little people that she interacted with, and they just kind of brushed her off, right? But soon as she act a fool, you know, now everybody care. People shouldn't have to tell you a sob story for you to have empathy. And I think that was what the movie was about. We need to take better care of each other. And it's not just like something that I wanted to say, I had it in my notes, was like, the closer we get to upward mobility, I don't want to say we forget where we come from, but that's what it was given. Like, the bank tellers was just not trying to give her the time of the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the cops and everything like that was to be expected. That's something that we, you know, it is what it is. But it's just kind of like people, and it's not even like the people at the tippy top. It be the people that's one step. Like those bank tellers, they could lose like their job that day, and they would be in her same shoes. You know what I'm saying? So you just like one step away. You not the bank owner. She was there. She was, you know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't take somebody acting a fool for you to really care about them. You should care about people. You should value people and their personhood, just off the fact that they are a person. And you should be nice to everybody, because you do not know what mental state that people are in. You really, let me see. Yeah, listen, everybody on social media was, and I got the chat working. I figured out what to do. But anyway, everybody was just very upset that Tyler Perry was painting black women in this. And he does typecast black women a little bit and different things of that nature. I'm not going to talk about that today. But it's just like, I feel like we have a problem seeing ourselves in this particular art, because we have worked so hard to get ourselves out of these bad situations, and we don't want to be reminded of it. But it's also like, no matter how hard we try to raise ourselves up as a people still see us as people that are having trauma, because every trauma is not the reality, everybody. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? The most traumatic thing that has happened to me right now would be that I tried to make lemon bars, and I don't know what I baked, but it is not lemon bars. I've been trying to use sugar-free sugar, and it's just not giving. It's not giving, and I'm about to have my cycle, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I want some Kit Kats, okay? I had like 5 bars of Kit Kats, and I've been having a wonderful time. I need to get back on my juicing. I'm at home. I'm not at work. So I'm off my routine. I need to get my life together. That is what we would call first world problems, right? Ordering the groceries, and he couldn't find my wax melts. And I was just there the other day, and I know that Walmart got them. You know what I'm saying? Like, sir, you know what I mean? And he don't want to FaceTime me. So these are the type of problems I have. But there are people that have real life problems, like real problems. You know, life be hitting them back to back to back to back. And I feel like we achieve our upward mobility and then we forget about the problems of others. We're not being empathetic to what other people are going through. You know, like you could walk down the street and people, you just don't give anybody the second thought. And so that's what I got from the movie. But I am highly, you know, I'm a crybaby, and that's really okay. But anyway, I want to compare the movie to Set It Off, because even though Tyler Perry has, you know, a history of typecasting black women in these movies like that, I want to compare and contrast to Set It Off. Now, in Set It Off, now that's one of my favorite movies, okay? And I can talk about that all day long, okay? But I want to point you to Vivica, okay? I want you to consider the Vivica A. Fox. She had a traumatic experience, too. And she achieved a little upward mobility, okay? Working at the bank. And she experienced a traumatic vibe, and it happened right in front of her, okay? No sooner than all of that go down, she loses her job because she knew him. Now, when I say we know, you know somebody, just say hello to it. I don't know him, you know what I mean? But they thought she was in collusion. With, I forgot his name. You know what I'm saying? And somebody literally met the maker right in front of her. And that is, what is the procedure? When things like that happen, you're not thinking about no procedure. You just like, I hope I make it home, right? And so the things that she experienced in that moment right there, it's a breaking of her psyche. She broke down right there. Okay? Listen, life is hard, right? Yeah. But it's just like, people oftentimes, when you reach those higher tax brackets, people forget. They real life be forgetting. You know what I'm saying? Because that can be, it's the I can't talk. The great equalizer. Really it is. Because Vivica achieved a little upward mobility. Not much, you know what I'm saying? She was a teller, but she was doing better than working at Luther's. Right? She get her a nice little job. They take it from her. I just counted $100,042 for you. That's how you should know. Cause they talking about how we know you're not in collusion. Okay. She lose her job. Now she got to go work for Luther's. Cleo and them talking about it ain't that bad. All of that. Then Jada lose her brother. Listen, back to back. Right? Who was the other one? Kimberly Elise. They took her daughter because Kimberly thought it was a good idea to leave the baby. You didn't even have a playpen. You ain't got a playpen to put the baby in. And then they got cameras. You see what I'm saying? It was a hot mess all around. But these are things that happen, like real life things that be happening to us. And we try to hold it in. But when you snap, that's it. That's all. We got to, you know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. And it's like, if you use your talent to try to, like Vivica channeled her energy into, I'm just going to take all the money. You know what I mean? But if you channel your energy toward, I'm just trying to cash my check, I'm not going to take all the money. It's like, you can't win for losing. So Tyler Perry could have said, oh, we going to do a new Set It Off movie. You see what I'm saying? We could have did a new Set It Off movie, but people would have had problems with that, because we have a set it off movie and Jada makes it out. And if Vivica and Jada would have went together, they would have both lived. I could do a whole dissertation on the movie Set It Off, because I love that movie. I really do. Cleo knew that she wasn't gonna make it to the end, because she had already told it. Foreshadows when she says, I'm living for day to day, right? Vivica could have she couldn't get another bank job. But if Jada was talking to that man, he could have got her a job. They could have got some upward, excuse the noise. They could have got some upward mobility back on there, because Jada was talking to the bank. But she would have never met the dude at the bank. She would have never met Blair Underwood if they wasn't casing it. Right? So it all happened the way it was supposed to happen. But both of them could have made it out a little bit. You know what I mean? They could have did some stuff. But Vivica channeled her energy, all that anger, that hate, all that PTSD, all of that, she channeled it into something a little bit more constructive. Okay? Now, Taraji, I don't know. She kind of checked out a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, and what I don't like, all these different professional people, the people at the school, saw her drop her child off. And didn't say, hey, would you like a cup of coffee? We have counselors on deck. Usually school districts have resources for parents for things that happen to them. And nobody did nothing. She go to work. She working at, listen, I might as well be working for Luther. If you don't like working for Luther's janitorial, that's what it was given to me. And you know what? Same little end. They both deserve it. They both. But I'm noticing people who are in lower economy, lower tax brackets end up working these little jobs. They exploit those people. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like this is all you have. You need to be here. And so they try to nickel and dime you in the work that you do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I encourage everybody that I know, my brothers, my sisters, everybody, is that either you're going to create an opportunity for yourself, right? Because school ain't for everybody. Like, to tell people that school, everybody, you don't want to go to school, everybody don't want to go. Everybody, you know, it's just, do what you want to do. But the people, they really be trying to make you work hard. They really do. They really be trying to, like, nickel and dime you for the work. They be always asking you about your time card, time sheets. And they just, it's crab in a bucket. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Crab in a bucket, crab in a barrel mentality. And it's hard for you to try to move out, because you can't see the big picture when you only living for the day to day. You know what I mean? For some people, that's okay. Like in Set It Off, Cleo was okay with working for Luther's janitorial. As long as she had enough money to do whatever she wanted to do, keep her little girlfriend decked out and, you know, and everything like that, she was good. She was good. She was happy. All she wanted to do was redesign and do Pimp My Ride. That's all she wanted to do. She didn't really want too much. She wasn't really trying to get out of town. Where was she going to go? You know what I mean? And she recognized that, you know, Jada could go and do other things. She recognized that, you know, Vivica was doing it. You see what I'm saying? So it's a matter of your mentality and your mindset, you know? Yeah. Girl, Set It Off is my movie. Whenever I feel irritated, I put Set It Off on, because it tells a beautiful story. It really does. It tells a wonderful story. It speaks to everybody is not your friend. Like Jada's brother, right? These siblings don't really recognize or respect or value what older siblings have to go through, right? And so we're not communicating. If you knew that y'all lost your parents and y'all sister taking care of everything, why wouldn't you communicate these things? You know, I get it. You know, she wanted him to move on and get out of the, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, and then also everybody's not your friend. That dude probably, I don't know if he was at the graduation, but it's like he knew her. He knew the family. He knew that they had lost, they know each other. So you can be in the same environment with people. In both movies, you could be in the same environment and people will still play you. Play you, girl. Oh, yes. Let me get my notes. Let me get my notes. I'm telling you, you could be from the same neighborhood. Know each other's stories, right? You know each other's stories. You know everything about each other, but we don't take care of each other. And that was set it off, and that was a different director, a different writer, and everything like that. So that's real. You could be from the same block, and community starts side by side. It's just not top down. And I think that's what I learned from the movie. We oftentimes think that we have to depend on the government, or we have to deal with like all these people that have money. But what about the people that's right next door to you? You know what I'm saying? I was real irritated in that movie because she was like, oh, can you at least ask the neighbor to turn his music down because my daughter can't sleep? Y'all know she ain't got no daughter. Like, why? It's like, no, he paid his rent. I'm like, girl, listen. I'm sorry. It's not funny, but it's just kind of like they was irritated. I'm surprised she didn't come back and do a drive-by. I'm just, I didn't say that. YouTube. I didn't say that. But I'm just surprised. I'm just, and that's something. And then, her boss was like, you was in on it. And I was like, you know what, Taraji? If you in on it, I'm in on it too, girl, because... But she wasn't. That's why I compare and contrast, because Vivica would have been like, that's a great idea. That is a great. I was like, hold up. Did Tyler give us a new set it off? But when she didn't take the money, like when she was talking to Teller, was like, I'm giving her the money. She's like, I didn't ask for that. I just want you to cash this check. I was like, yeah, this is not set it off. I was so ready to see set it off again. I was ready because I was like, she deserves it. She deserves it. I just, when you watch the movie though, for real, because you haven't seen it, when you watch it, pay attention to like not people who are at the tippy top, but like the bank tellers, what they do. You know what I'm saying? How they, girl, I didn't like the bank tellers like that, for real. Nobody talk about that. We talk about everybody else, but I don't like the bank tellers because we as Black women, I feel like we're doing a good job at having a sense of community and looking out for each other. You see what I'm saying? But it's just kind of like, even like her mom, her mom, Jesus Christ. We have to do better. We have to do better. We do. And then also the older Black people that were in there talking about how we can't, and that's a sentiment. The boomers feel like we don't work for nothing. We want to steal and da-da-da-da-da. Never mind the fact that everything has literally or is actively right now being stolen from us. They want to raise the retirement age. They want to change the rules when we reach a level of success. You see what I'm saying? Like what they did with Beyonce. She finally get, country album of the year. They shouldn't have been talking noise. They should have sat there and ate their food. You see what I'm saying? This is their fault. This is their fault. You know what I mean? They should have just gone and gave her album of the year when she, you know what I'm saying? Now they brought that on themselves. You see, but it's just like, I don't think that older generations, like the boomers, when they were going through life, America was on easy mode. I don't know. They just had it like it was easy. I don't know what's going on right now. It's like soon as you get something, they change in the playbook. And so we have to figure out ways to do what we have to do. Now, it's stealing bad. Should you steal from your community? No. But it's just kind of like people steal from you every day. Every day. Every day. And the real gangsters, the real YNs, if you will, are not the people. Hold on. Not the people in the mask. They got on suits. Yeah, girl, they got the suits on. Girl, listen, Savannah's mama ain't got nothing. Well, this lady, her mama, Taraji mama, wasn't in the movie that long, but you could tell that if she had more TV time, she was gonna be annoying. And listen, I don't think Taraji mama was that bad. She was just annoying. She's gonna tell us something, and the way she say it though, the way she talked to her on the phone, it kind of reads like she don't really care about her daughter. And you can tell, like, even Taraji didn't want her daughter to go to her mother. So usually when you have problems with the mother, the daughter, and the grandmother, all this other stuff, it's a problem with the upbringing. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a problem with the upbringing that she wouldn't want. Like, if something happened to her, she wouldn't want her child to go to her mom. She would rather her child go to the bank teller. Not the bank teller, the bank manager. You see what I'm saying? That tells me everything I need to know about the mother-daughter relationship. But this is coming from somebody that didn't always have a good relationship with their mom. We're good now, but you know. Yeah. Look at me. Let me look at my notes, because I hate that. I be getting sidetracked, y'all. I be getting sidetracked. Okay. I feel like I said I don't know. Yeah. I feel like this movie also touches on the fact that you need to get education, because as much as they tell us that they're not going to value education, you figure out a way to get education, because those small time jobs and everything like that, they're not for the weak hearted. You know, I've noticed that your time is always like, for the amount of money, they sure be wanting a lot of work. That's all I'm gonna say. They want a lot. But when you have your little paper, your little degree, and you think you know everything, they not really asking for too much, right? You know, man, that's all I'm saying. You know, and that's just what it is, you know. But girl, yeah, no. Savannah mama, who had a worse mama? I can't think. No, the mama in what was that movie Tyler did? It was Lynn Whitefield. You know what I'm talking about. Family Reunion. And I like the play. I like the Family Reunion play. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I like to watch Tyler Perry movie, the plays, because they remind me of a simpler time. They had those big old mics at the top of their head. And, you know, I like to listen to the songs and stuff. And it reminded me of a simpler time, y'all. It just really reminded me of a simpler time. Tina Turner mama. Oh Lord, that's real life. That is real life. Tina Turner's mama. Oh yes. I'm not gonna put that on the actor. Hold on, what's her name? I know her name. She's America's mother. I know who that is. I don't want to call her Jessica. It's not Jessica. But her mama in real life was kind of messed up, you know. I couldn't imagine. But even Tina Turner's mom wasn't as bad as Lynn Whitefield. Have her mom, I don't know. Anime mama. Like, it's only one sinner in this house. My grandma we used to watch Tina Turner. We used to watch all that. I had no business watching that. But I don't know. We had fun at Granny's house. Yes, Jennifer Lewis. I knew it started with a J. She was singing this song with Brandy. I don't want nobody blanket with me. Yeah, it's the perfect soundtrack for straws. I'm not gonna play it. I was gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it. But yeah, no. I think that I really think that Lynn Whitefield, she was a worse mom than Anna Mae. Because Anna Mae mama left her to her grandma in Mississippi. Okay. Which a lot of people did back then when they went off to Detroit. Go to Detroit, get her daughter back. It's only one sinner in this house. She get married. I feel like Jennifer Lewis probably did a better portrayal of the mother. You know? And I think I ever saw something. Jennifer Lewis said that she was in a grocery store and she had met Anna Mae. Met Tina Turner's mom. And Tina Turner's mother was, you know, gave her a hug, invited her to lunch, and she told her, I didn't do all that stuff in that movie that they say I did. And then the sister was like, you did that and more. And then Jennifer Lewis was like, I need to get up out of there. I got to leave the house. Oh, Precious! Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst thing. Oh, I want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Ooh, Precious Molly, you see, they gonna cut us off. YouTube gonna be like, girl, that's terrible. Okay, now yeah, you win. You won. You got it. No, because, and that's what I'm saying. Like, we gotta do better by our daughters. We as Black women, we gotta do better by our daughters. And I'm noticing a trend, even though this is not the title, this is not what the video about, but you know, oftentimes the daughters feel like or can sense that the mother is in direct competition with, like, they feel like the mother thinks that the daughter is in direct competition. And I don't understand. I do. I know where it comes from, but it's just like, I don't get it. I don't understand it, because as a mother, you should love your child. But it's like, if you became a mother at such a young age, right? You never emotionally matured so that you could put your needs under the needs of your child. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel like mama gotta have a life too. You know what I'm saying? It's only one sinner in this house. You know what I'm saying? And so you prioritize men in relationships because you're trying to get your life, because you never got to have your life, because you feel like the child is an inconvenience. You see what I'm saying? To what you got going on. But the child didn't ask to get here. You see what I'm saying? Listen, the child didn't ask to be here. So it's just, girl, it's a whole different dynamic. But yeah, she was worse. She was worse. And you know what? I love Monique, but she had no business winning a award for that. Like, that's what I'm saying. We get upset about award season, but it's just kind of like, why? We need to award ourselves, build community and award ourselves and uphold our own award system. Because the stuff that they be awarding, there's plenty of actors that have never gotten their due. All right? Never got their due. Girl, the mother, you know we understand. You know we get that mother thing, because it's just like, I don't know, in past generations, the mother, like, they just kind of swept things under the rug, and they be like, you only got one mother and everything like that. And I always say, well, if I only got one mama, then oh well, period. Because I don't like that, oh, we gonna sweep things under the rug, we not gonna, you know, I'm not with that. I'm not with that at all. I feel like everybody is held accountable for their actions or inactions and different things of that nature. I feel like if your kids don't come out the way they're supposed to come out, it has more to do with the parenting at the you know what I'm saying, those primary years, especially like, because I was in education or whatever. It's just like, if you don't do it right by your kids, whatever happened, that's you. You know what I mean? And then when your kids become successful in spite, you know, of what they've been through, don't come knocking in, you know? Yeah, it be like that, girl. It be like that. Girl, we got all time, and we supposed to talk about this movie. You need to go. If you have not seen that movie, I'm not gonna tell people they need to go watch it, right? Because I would never want. I cried. I cried. I had anxiety from watching that movie. Okay, so if you don't want to watch the movie, I would not recommend it. If you are not like sensitive to it, I feel like people go. First of all, they said they weren't gonna watch it. Okay, then they watch it and then they mad about the depiction. I went into it, I saw the little tweets and everything like that, and I was like, you know what, it was on. I'm in here editing videos and stuff like that. I feel like my Wi-Fi is better than everybody else's Wi-Fi, so I'm gonna use my Wi-Fi that I pay for, and I'm gonna watch the thing. And I was like, I have to put the computer down. I had to put my computer down, and I was in there. I was like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold up, this is good, this is too much. I was talking to the TV. I don't like people that talk to the TV, but girl, that's how I ate them Kit Kats. I ate all types of chocolate. Cause I was like, I know good and well. I had to pause it. I gotta pause it because, yeah. So if you don't want to watch stuff like that, then I wouldn't recommend it. Normally, I wouldn't have watched it, but I did because I wanted to see what was going on. But after watching it, I'm not going to watch it again, but I definitely think that it was a good movie. It was good. Production value was good. Somebody made the comment that he tried to make, who's calling? Oh, my grandma calling. I'll call it back. Anyway, somebody made the comment that he made, somebody made the comment that he tried to make black men, right, with daddy's little girls, and people thought that daddy's little girls didn't perform that way. I thought daddy's little girls was good, and actually that mama was bad too. Yeah, but she wasn't as bad as Precious mama. Yeah, but it's just kind of like, that's another topic we gotta talk about. Motherhood in the black community, But yeah, he was trying to do right by his little girls and everything of that nature, But I don't know. He was trying to do good. But something that I don't like that Tyler Perry always put in his movies is the relationship dynamics, that somehow, in some way, men who are of you know what I'm talking about, they're better than men who are at a higher tax bracket, like you should give the brother a chance type thing. And you know what, if you watched it, that Tyler Perry play, Family Reunion, you can't trust him. That's me. He needs to get a job. That's good TV. I'm gonna watch that. As soon as we get off this live, I'm gonna watch that. I love that play. You can't trust him. They was really trying to, they always trying to get us to be with these, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're better. And then oftentimes you see abuse happening in lower income areas just as much as you see it in, I don't feel like income bracket has to do with abuse, but you're more likely to be abused by people you know. You know what I'm saying? And that's in any income bracket. But yeah, y'all, I got off sidetrack. Yeah. Any other things in the chat? I got off track. I did. I just had to get on here. Listen, we need to take care of each other. We need to look out for each other. Community is not top down, it's side by side. Okay, listen, also I'm gonna be on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So with the short form content, I'm only gonna go live on this because that's too many steps. I don't know why I signed up for all this stuff, but anyway, yes. And always telling us to settle. Yes, girl. Always telling us to settle. And I feel like there's this idea that we should be grateful for even being chosen. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah. Girl. I will see y'all in the next video. Okay. Yes.